You, 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 you. We live, we live, we live. We live like Channel 4 and Channel 5, man. So we're gonna do a live stream real quick. For those that don't know, obviously the vice president debate is tonight. I might go live for that one. I don't think I am. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I ain't really feeling too well. So this won't be your regular tell like it is TV, all energetic and shit today. So I don't know, man. I may not even go live for that one today. I might just watch it and then just do like a quick review kind of video kind of thing. But other than that, man, we definitely going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about uh, Project 2025. Trustee endorses Harris, which is funny. We're going to talk about Angela Rye getting cooked on the Breakfast Club. And we're going to talk about Joy Reid as well, telling folks that, Trump, black folks need to be scared of Trump. I mean, this is just, it's what you call propaganda at its finest. We also want to talk about the hurricane situation and how they don't want to, how they not caring about the people down there in North Carolina. And it's really all an agenda that's really going on. But I'm gonna play this music real quick. I'm gonna roll something up real quick, and then we're gonna get right to it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get right to it. All right. So fair act use on everything in this video. And fair act use to this song right here. This is called this is G Unit robbery right here, because this pretty much what they out here doing. They robbing the people. They straight robbing the people. So it is what it is. So shout out to the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the GOAT 50. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna let this 50 rock for a little second, and then we're gonna be right back, and we're gonna get it popping. But tonight, it won't be like an energetic tell like it is TV today. I'm honestly, I'm just trying to fight this fucking cold I got right now. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But anyway, I'm gonna roll something up real quick. While I do that, I'm gonna let this music play. It's very necessary, very legendary. 50. I'm not your favorite. I wanna know why. Niggas be stuntin', frontin' with the chrome on head late. In the hog tie, mouth gag, and upside the head with the gang. Nigga with a stash shack, cash shack. The rims and the bricks are raw. I done took pretty shot one time before the last time. Don't make me put your brains on the floor. This is a stick up, bitch. Get the fuck on the floor. Fuck search the bedroom. Banks all down the door. Pick what we got. 10 G's, you gotta be more. Niggas shall wait down, they gotta have raw. Bitch, one more time. You move on the floor and I'ma hit you and send your ass off to the Lord. I seen it in my dreams. We supposed to be rich. 50, this is it. I ain't feeling this shit. Spotty niggas in the hood. They said they had cash. But mama not to listen to get yo and have GT and Fox. Billy and Fame. You got us out this bitch like it's a motherfucking case. There's one shot, then two shots, and you laid out on the floor. You beat till your head shot, and your heart stopped, and you threw your ass in the mall. And it's like you shit right, you shit won't happen again. Come slide through my hood like it's all good, and you run it up in the crib. Southside, tell me you miss me. Tell me you love me. It's 50. Y'all already know what I'm about. Live from London. I'm coming back, man. This is my last trip through there, man. I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? I'ma see what's left of y'all niggas, man. You know, a lot of funny shit been going on. I've been killing, it's been killing me. Not to kill you. I'll tell y'all niggas the truth, right? I would've been killed me if I wasn't me. Y'all niggas is sweet. And that nigga can't blink is a snitch. Now bouncy head hailing in the big house. God damn, nigga. That's why you ain't never go to jail, nigga. Oh, shit. Not
Cool ass game. Oh man, fuck it. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So we back, we back. Let's get to this work. All right, hold up real quick. Let me make sure I'm working on my end. We back. Let's get to this work. All right, hold up real quick. Let me make sure I'm working on my end. Damn, I sound like shit. God damn, I sound like pure garbage right now. All right, yeah. So let's get to this work, man. So let me come over here real quick. All right, so as y'all can see in this video right here, shout out to Tony on Twitter. Um, I guess it's a lot of shit that hits Twitter at the end of the day be like chopped up like TikTok videos and shit like that too. So anyway, now I know if y'all heard a lot about the Project 2025, something that Trump has already came out and said he ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? But for whatever weird reason, the mainstream media, certain mainstream medias, they want to keep tying this man to this shit. Now, this guy named Mickey Edwards openly endorsed Kamala Harris. Edwards, who was founding trustee of the Heritage Foundation. The Heritage Foundation wrote Project 2025. How do Democrats justify this one? All right, so let's get into this. This brother right here talking about this. So let's get into this.
Let's see what you liberals have to say now that a founding trustee of the Heritage Foundation, who wrote Project 25, openly endorses Kamala Harris. So is she pro Project 25 now? Yeah, I want to hear you liberals justify that.
All right, so that's what that's pretty much what that one was. We got another video right here. Let me come over here real quick. All right, so this is another one. All right, so this is a lady right here that's talking about it. So let's get into this.
Oh my God, people. You cannot make this up. Mickey Edwards, the Heritage Foundation trustee, endorsed Kamala Harris. Now, if you don't know about Heritage Foundation and Project 2025, Heritage Foundation is a think tank, and they are the ones that are responsible for Project 2025. Kamala Harris, I don't know what they're going to do because they spent all this money, $370 million, on trying to tie Trump to this Project 2025. And now the trustee of Heritage Foundation, the people responsible for it, just came out and said, I'm endorsing Kamala Harris.
Now it's funny, but then again, it's not funny because the reason why I say it's not funny is because these folks are out here playing games with the regular American people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all over here lying and pinning shit on people and shit that have no ties to shit. And even after they finish endorsing it, not in finish endorsing it, but even after they finish um, saying that, hey, I ain't got shit to do with that. You know what I'm saying? If y'all seen that debate, y'all seen how Kamala Harris was still trying to tie Project 2025 to Donald Trump. It just shows you how, you know, I can't even get the word out right now, but it just shows you how unauthentic they are, man. These people are just liars at the end of the day, and they be lying for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways that they could go about this election and trying to win and trying to get votes instead of lying on people. You see what I'm saying? When you're out here just trying to lie, and think about it, this lady just said that they spent $370 million worth of probably ads, campaigns, media time, all kind of shit, just to tie this man to this shit at the end of the day. And then to come to find out, the dude that's a part of this shit is actually endorsing goddamn Kamala Harris, dog. I mean, at some point, you just can't even make this shit up, dog. You can't even make it up. You know what I'm saying? You can't even make this shit up. All right, so let me get off this real quick. Let's come over here to the next one. Now, for shout out to Antoine Daniels. You know what I'm saying? I follow him on YouTube as well. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Antoine Anton Daniels. Okay. We've been talking about this for a little minute now. When it comes down to illegals and shit like that getting school loan, business loan, house loan. Y'all know how I normally do that shit at the end of the day. Um, this shit is real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be thinking this shit ain't real. This shit is an actual real thing. So let's get into this. And they've been doing this for fucking since Obama asked, probably even before that. I say probably the civil rights movement really was um the big piece to that. You know what I'm saying? For people that's not from the country to come here and get the benefits and get leaped over folks that's already here in the country. All right. And that's why when Dr. King said, "Hey, we coming to Washington to get that check," they put a bullet in his head. Okay. All right. So let's get into this.
Today, the Gomez family officially welcomed friends to their new home in North Austin. Originally from Venezuela.
Now, Anton, I'm just using it for educational purposes, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm using it for educational purposes, brother. Hopefully, you don't strike my channel down. You know what I'm saying? Or strike the video down, brother. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get into this. Now, this is in Chicago, where all the migrant crisis and shit like that is happening. Pretty much, this is all happening in a lot of Democratic states. We even had that out here in Massachusetts, and I think the same shit that's happening out in Chicago with the house loan, business loans, taking care of these folks, giving them $13,000 in food stamps, 5,000 a month in cash on a debit card. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, your ass motherfucking lose your job. You ain't getting $5,000. You be hard pressed to probably even get $200 in food stamps. They giving these motherfuckers 13,000. You know what I'm saying?
They worked and worked in food service as an auto mechanic, delivering food, factory work. When they first arrived in Chicago in 2022 as new arrivals, they landed at Grace and Peace Church. This home is the first of 4 distressed West Side homes the church bought, rehabbed, and sold with all of their savings. Programs.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, isn't the West Side of Chicago? Isn't that like a? I could be wrong, but isn't that like a black? Isn't it, the West Side of Chicago? Isn't that like predominantly like a black part of the city? You know what I mean? I don't know how Chicago is, um, but if I'm wrong about that, y'all let me know. But anyway, let me let this keep going.
To assist first-time home buyers and an individual taxpayer identification number, the Gomez family made their dreams come true.
Yo, they've been here for 2 years and they done already took over. They done already started mopping up the floor with y'all. And this was the goal, right? Obviously, it has to be. I mean, we don't know for sure, so we can only guess because of Biden and Kamala Harris. And, she was in charge of what was going on at the border and she refused to answer any questions with regard to it. So,
yeah, so Kamala, what's going on with the border? So, see, it's like this, right? See, the problem with the border is, okay, we have people that, you know, see, I grew up in a middle class house, okay? And our neighbors, they love their grass. They love their grass, okay? And so the border situation, okay, it's just like this, right? I cook collard greens I prepare collard greens in the bathtub. Do you prepare collard greens in the bathtub? Cause I do. Okay, cause I do. Cause Kamala never answers a fucking question. You know what I'm saying? Kamala, what's your policies on the border? So I think America is for all people. America is for all people. And when my mother came here, Kamala never answers the question. We're gonna see what happens with this VP debate tonight. That's gonna be very interesting. I think Tim Walz is gonna crash out up there. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you. He seemed like a crash out kind of dude. But I think he'd probably be a better candidate than Kamala Harris, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? He might actually do a little bit better than Kamala did with actually answering questions. But it is what it is. We'll see how that plays out between him and JD Vance at the end of the day. So let me let this keep playing.
Obviously, this had to be the play, right? Because in 2 years, not only was they able to get IDs, level up, use first-time home buyers assistance programs, get the church involved, get every healthcare coverage, invested in the schools. Their kid is in the schools, both of their kids, all of their kids in the schools, all of that. They got trips up here. They got jobs. They got IDs. They got Social Security. Now they own homes. An illegal migrant that hasn't even don't even have legal status here. They have the ability to drive. They have the ability to work. They have all of the same rights as you do.
And not only that, they have the ability to vote. For I was explaining this shit to my baby mom. I want to say like a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was probably a little bit longer than that. But anyway, we was in the car, we riding, and I was telling her like, "Yo, you know that illegal immigrants is out here voting, right?" She like, "Oh, where you get that from?" My baby mom don't believe in Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is till shit hit the fan. Then all of a sudden, a motherfucker wanna. So what was that shit you was saying? Anyway, I was trying to explain that shit to her, and she just wasn't hearing it, dog. It's a lot of people like that. They ain't trying to hear that shit, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And this is how your elections and shit like that can get taken over and things like that. But the funny thing about this whole migrant issue is that a lot of the times, to almost 9.8 or 9.9 times out of 10, once these people become legal in the country, they're 9 times out of 10 either going to vote Republican. They're eventually going to get their citizenship, get what they need, and then they're going to be like, "Oh, all that Democratic shit. Yeah, we not fucking with that no more." I mean, but this is what they do, though. You know what I'm saying? This been happening for at least what I could be paying from me paying attention to politics since 2008. It's been going on ever since. Okay, it's been going on ever since. Now, for those that's older than me and that's been more educated, or even that's been doing more research than me, you know what I mean? They know that this thing stems back all the way at least into the civil rights. You know what I'm saying? The civil rights era. But anyway, let's let this keep going.
But the only difference is that they leveraged your tax dollars to do so, and then the church helped them.
All right. And we already know the churches are 501c3s. They pretty much controlled by the state or the government, whatever the case may be. So they just going to do whatever the fuck they're told to do, straight up and down. This is why you don't see a lot of pastors preaching certain things in these churches, especially like Christian churches, right? You got Christian churches and shit who are like, they know they're not supposed to be, playing with them boys. You know what I'm saying? They're not supposed to be playing with them boys and shit. They out there playing with them boys. You know what I mean? So we know how that shit goes. Shout out to Anton and his channel and his platform. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him over there on YouTube. All right. So I'm gonna come to this next one and shit. This is just a Kamala Harris cap session right here. Cause this is what this woman does. This woman is I call her Miss Flipper. You know what I'm saying? This is Miss Flipper right here. This woman just be flipping and flopping. You know what I'm saying? She like a fish out of the water. You know what I'm saying? Just flipping and flopping and flopping and flipping. Anyway, let's get into this. Shout out to this brother right here. But let's get into this though. Let me put it on the Summer Jam screen.
Start a small business with $5,000?
No one can start a new small business with $5,000.
Nobody can start a small business with $5,000?
No one can start a new small business with $5,000.
Nobody can start a small business with $5,000. Nobody can start a small business with $5,000.
Wow. Okay, so let's do some math because I actually happen to be the owner of a plumbing company.
All right, so this is a brother right here that actually owns a plumbing company. Okay, so this ain't tell like it is TV up here capping. And because whatever, whatever, some people, they'll come up here and be like, "Tell like this TV, you just don't like. Yo, speaking of that, where are them hoe ass niggas at, man? Where are you hoe ass niggas at that was in my chat that day? Y'all disappeared off the face of the earth after that goddamn debate. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering where y'all at. Y'all still all right? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Some of y'all still my brothers and sisters at the end of the day. But where y'all at though? You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't be in the chats no more, nothing after y'all got y'all ass cooked. You know what I'm saying? We stir fried your weak ass. You know what I'm saying?
The time I was an apprentice and the time I was a journeyman, I was able to accumulate tools with my own money. These tools helped me to be productive at my job. I also owned a pickup truck. So that was for starters. With my accumulated knowledge and tools, I decided I was ready to start a business. So I submitted a $40 application fee to take my master plumbing exam. After passing the master exam, I submitted a $225 application fee for my contractor's license. When I came up with a name for my company, I paid a $25 fee to Dallas County for a DBA. I then paid a $300 filing fee to register my company as an LLC in the state of Texas. My general liability was $1,200, and of course, my business cards were $50. This amounts to $1,840. Well,
So that's well under $5,000 for this brother to start his plumbing company. Okay. Um, so it just let you know that Kamala Harris is just be capping for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm gonna let the brother keep going.
under the $5,000 that Kamala Harris says is not enough to start a small business. Business came quickly, not by a bunch of marketing, but simply by word of mouth. I was able to hand out some business cards at church, and it got to the point where I was able to hire employees and go on from there, using the money that the company was making to scale. Sure, we've had ebbs and flows, seasons where the company was doing great and seasons where the company was not doing so great. But when you start a business with your own money or take out a loan that you are on the hook for if you default, then there's more of an incentive to ensure that the business succeeds and less of a chance of defrauding the taxpayer with programs that Kamala Harris is trying to implement. It just baffles me that many of you are literally about to cast your vote for a woman who doesn't know anything about starting a business or running a business to have influence over the economy.
All right. And we all know Kamala Harris, you know what I'm saying? She get around. Round and round, round and round, round and round, I get around. Round and round, round and round, I get around. You know what I'm saying? We know she get around. You know what I'm saying? But Kamala Harris don't know what the fuck she be talking about half of the time. I think honestly, I think she be drunk, she smoking that herb, she sipping that wine. You know what I'm saying? Something off with that woman. You know what I'm saying? And I also think she got like anxiety problems. I think she got like high anxiety and shit because shit just be kind of crazy with her. But anyway, let me come over here real quick. So I want to show y'all this. All right. So nobody ever says presenting a valid ID is unreasonable request except for when it comes to voting. Okay. This is the thing that they want a lot of ancient Americans to be a part of. Oh, black people, I'm telling y'all, if y'all ain't got no right to vote. Nope, y'all ain't got no right to vote. And the Republicans, and the Republicans, they're out here trying to steal your vote. They don't want you to count as a vote. All this dumb shit, right? But we all know, as far as if you're an ancient American, at the end of the day, all you need is your goddamn ID and registering in time and all of that, and you pretty much good. Now let's look into this. How many people are U.S. citizens and are eligible to vote and want to vote? And that's the thing. How many want to vote? That's the true thing right there. Don't do any of the things in the left column, and for some reason can't get an ID. Now let's get into this, right? When a valid ID is required: boarding a plane, getting a prescription, applying for a job, cashing a check, applying for food stamps, driving, getting married, adopting a pet, buying alcohol. When a valid ID is not required, voting. That was a good little graph that they put. Well, this little picture that they put right there. I thought that was kind of funny, because that's what they want you to think. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what they want, actually. You know what I'm saying? Anything else, your ass boarding planes, cashing your checks. I mean, shit, if you're able to vote without an ID, then shit, you should be able to cash your check without an ID. I should be able to just show up somewhere with my fucking mailing address, or some piece of mail, and be like, hey, look, I'm valid. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the case. All right? That's not the case. If Telegidus TV show up somewhere with a check and I ain't got my ID, they gonna be like, hey, we need valid identification. But these folks want you to be able to vote without having valid. That means a nigga from goddamn Russia or something could be casting in votes. You know what I'm saying? Some nigga somewhere in Europe can be casting some votes. Some nigga in Africa or China and shit could be out here sending a ballot in through the air and shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. All right. So let's come over here real quick. Cause Joy Reid, man. Joy Reid, come on, Joy. You know what I'm saying? Is that much buck dancing going on over there at MSNBC? You out here now just, you're just lying. Well, I ain't gonna say you're lying, but you're using propaganda at its highest. You know what I mean? With this shit at the end of the day. And it's just honestly pathetic. You know what I mean? But anyway, so Joy Reid says Trump wants his supporters to do violence to black people if he loses the election to stop another peaceful transfer of power. Okay. Now, if you ask me what this is, I'm gonna say it's the other way around. That's what I'm gonna personally say. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would personally say about that. All right. So let's get into this. I do not own the rights to this particular footage that we're getting ready to play. Y'all can go catch this on MSNBC with Gene Psaki. We all know Gene Psaki was probably one of the worst secretary press probably of all time. You know what I'm saying? This woman, I'm pretty sure she's happier now, where she's at now compared to when she was the press secretary. You know what I'm saying? She looked like she needed a margarita after every fucking press conference. Like she probably was getting drunk as fuck after these press secretaries meetings and shit. But anyway, let's get into this.
It is calculated, right? I mean, Donald Trump isn't just a doddering fool who happens to be racist. He's a calculated person who is not trying to grow.
Now, when you say somebody's racist, you got to really have some kind of evidence for that claim. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna throw the black card out there, trust and believe, when I throw that black card out there, it is valid. I don't throw the black card out, but when I throw that bitch out there, trust me, it's valid. You know what I'm saying? So when you throwing out claims like somebody being a racist, what about Joe Biden? See what I'm saying? So when you sitting up there saying about a fucking Donald Trump, now I don't know, the nigga might be a racist. I don't know that nigga personally. You know what I'm saying? But from what I know about Donald Trump, he's done massive business with niggas. He has gave niggas all kind of loans and helped niggas out do shit. He has stood in the foxhole with niggas when it came down to public support. When Mike Tyson was going through his shit, when people were alleging that he raped that woman, we all know Mike ain't raped that woman. But at the end of the day, Donald Trump was the one that stood in the pocket with him when nobody wanted to stand with Mike. Even some brothers didn't want to stand with Mike, right? Michael Jackson, same thing. When allegations were going out about Michael Jackson touching the kids and all that, Donald Trump ass was right in the foxhole, standing in the pocket with him. You see what I'm saying? So somebody that's a racist at the end of the day is going to be more piling on than they would be showing support. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would kind of look at this at the shit at the end of the day. But anyway, let me let this keep going.
Grow his vote share. He's trying to speak into the id of a particular kind of voter about when he says we have to call out Detroit, Philly, and Atlanta. We have to go into Philly, Detroit, Atlanta. He lost Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Michigan in 2020, which is how he lost the election. It's why he's under indictment for attempting to steal those.
Allegedly, okay. Allegedly, he lost the election, but whatever. We gonna let it live. YouTube, I was playing. I was joking. YouTube, we not questioning the integrity of the election and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was a joke. But anyway.
Racist, what he's telling his voters, his small, his share of extreme MAGA voters.
Now, see, this is what I mean. They be so disingenuous. Donald Trump, when this nigga, I don't watch a lot of Donald Trump fucking rallies and shit. But whenever I do see them shits, what do you mean a small pocket of people? Like this motherfucker is out here selling out venues and shit. Tens of thousands of people are showing up to these shits. Lined up all across the fucking roads and shit like that. Like, what are you talking about, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Joe Biden can't pack a goddamn school cafeteria right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? But anyway.
These blacks are stealing the election. Black Haitians are violent cannibals. Black people, Black Haitians, these blacks, small, his share of extreme MAGA voters. These blacks are stealing the election. Black Haitians are violent cannibals.
Look at Gene Psaki. Even Gene Psaki is looking like, whoa, Joy Reid, where you going with this? You know what I'm saying? Even Gene Psaki looks uncomfortable with what this dumbass broad is saying right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is you talking about? And why you listen? It is. Well, let me let this keep playing.
Black people are the enemy. Black people are going to be responsible if and when I lose, and you are permitted through my language to do violence to them if necessary to stop another peaceful transfer of power. Because
now this is a bold-faced lie coming from Joy Reid. Joy Reid should be snatched off the internet for misinformation because if tell like it is TV get up here and say some shit, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we got to take the video down. You know, for those that been following me, y'all know I done had multiple channels snatched down and shit like that for the truth. but they'll title it as misinformation because with misinformation, anything could be titled as misinformation. You know what I'm saying? It could be the whole 100% truth, but these people had the power to call something misinformation. You see what I'm saying? But Joy Reid, man, come on, man. This is ridiculous. Now once again, you want black folks out here scared and shit. If this nigga Trump get back in office, I'm not gonna be scared of a motherfucking thing at the end of the day. What the fuck is you talking about? If I'm gonna be scared, I'll be scared if Kamala Harris get her ass up in there. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be worried about anything. It's gonna be if the cum queen, Kamala, you know what I'm saying, get back in office. If she get in office, yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit worried. You know what I'm saying? Tell like this TV gonna be worried for the country. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is the kind of propaganda that they out here. Hold on, where the fuck my lighter at? But this is the kind of propaganda and shit that they out here uh trying to rally folks up. Oh, black folks, you need to be scared because Donald Trump get in there, he gonna put y'all back in slavery. Donald Trump get back in there, look, it's gonna be violence. You're gonna have to watch out for your grandmama. You're gonna have to grandmama in them. Auntie, big mama. You know what I'm saying? Joy Reid, get out of here with all that shit, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that weak ass shit you over here. Every time a nigga, niggas is not worried about Donald Trump. I'm gonna keep it a dollar bean with you. You know what I'm saying? We not worried about no Donald Trump. We not even really worried about Kamala Harris and them. But Kamala Harris and them is being exposed for faking to be black. Okay, Kamala Harris and them is being exposed for what they did to the economy for the last 4 years. That's on them. Give us something to where the point we need to come vote for you. Besides saying, oh, well, if you let Trump get in there, it's gonna be all kind of violence against y'all. Give us something more than that, okay? Come up with some policies, okay? I'm gonna need the Biden and Harris administration to come through with some policies that's gonna be actually tangible for niggas, because y'all just getting up here saying we need to be scared of Donald Trump and all this. That's not enough. That's not gonna be enough. Especially with the economy, that's just not enough. But anyway, let's come to this next video right here. This is MSNBC once again. Panelist Eddie Glaude nearly starts crying on live air. And this is another thing about these niggas that be coming out here. Niggas like him. Well, I can't even say him, but we're gonna see if he actually gets to the point where he starts to cry. You know what I'm saying? Or nearly starts crying. But they always got to bring a weak ass nigga up here like Van Jones. And Van Jones bitch ass always crying and shit. Tell you, Joe Biden get into the office. This is a real, it just shows that the country can come together. You know what I'm saying? Bitch ass niggas like that. And then, when Joe Biden stepped down, Van Jones up there again. It takes real leadership, to step down. Like, nigga, I'm tired of having these niggas. Listen, this is what they do to us on these platforms, bro. They got to get a nigga up here, black, ancient American male, to bring his ass in front of the world and be crying and looking like a weak ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of these niggas, dog. I swear to God, I am. I'm sick of these niggas. I'm sick of all these niggas at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? This bitch ass nigga up here about to get emotional, talking about Kamala Harris needs to win to protect the babies and the children. Like, what are you talking about, nigga? This nigga's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get into this. So anyway, I don't own the rights to this footage. So fair accuse, using this for educational purposes. So let's get into this.
Donald Trump got in 2020. So it took historic numbers to beat him, right? And so now we get enamored with the Dick Cheneys and the Liz Cheneys and the Flakes and the da-da-da-da, right? And this man is running around here busting.
Look at how these Caucasian folks looking at him like, yeah, boy, get up there, boy, make it look good, boy.
His chops, scaring the hell out of communities, right? And we're trying to figure.
Scare the hell out of what communities? Ain't nobody scared of no goddamn Donald Trump, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody scared of no Donald Trump, dog.
Out how to keep that middle, locked in on her when she needs to bust him in his mouth.
Oh, so now you're inciting violence. Okay? You're saying that Kamala Harris needs to bust Donald Trump in his mouth? That's what you just said that, sir. MSNBC, YouTube, this is on your platform. If Tell Like It Is TV talk anything like this, y'all gonna be on my channel flagging my shit, hit me with strikes, all kind of shit. But y'all allow this kind of shit on your platform. It's ridiculous. But anyway.
I'm saying it like that because he's dangerous. He's dangerous to.
He's dangerous. Okay, so we got in no wars with Donald Trump. Okay, no wars. The economy was doing great. Jobs was doing great. But for whatever reason, we need to be worried about this nigga getting in office and starting World War III. Matter of fact, we're closer to World War III now with Biden and Harris than we were with Donald Trump. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
Particular people. And the history of the country is such that we can't play fast and loose with it. Isn't
it incumbent on all of us to protect the people who are in danger by him?
But you never have. That's the rub. You never have. And so part of what we have to do in the midst of this is to engage in a deep-seated political calculus, right? Even though we know that she has to get the middle, we got to come out and try to figure out how to turn out in large historic numbers, because we got to keep this troglodyte out of office. Because if he comes in, our babies are going to be in danger. Because remember, those young children are going to grow up with the memory of having to not go to school for the threat of bombs. And somebody told them that their moms and dads eat cats, if they eat cats and dogs.
Bruh, listen, man. This is what I be meaning about these folks on the side. Now, listen, this ain't every liberal and every Democrat, right? You know, it is what it is, right? So, but we talking about mainstream media, the liberals that be on, well, the far left liberals, okay? This is what they get up on TV and be up here saying, okay? Now, I forgot if Donald Trump actually did mention Haitians eating cats and shit like that in that debate. I think he did, but the shit was true. Okay, would it have been better if he would have said black? I mean, I don't understand. Like, you know, like it's the truth. That's what happened. They was getting calls. People were going to the city council. Like, this is not shit people were making up. But see, bitch ass niggas like this that get up on TV. We can't have people up there talking about. Listen, Haitians don't represent niggas, dog. They don't represent niggas. They own. Ask a Haitian nigga, is he a goddamn ancient American? He gonna be like, no, stop. I say, you know, Haitian. You know what I'm saying? They rep that Haiti shit hard body. You know what I'm saying? They don't be over here talking about some. Oh yeah, I'm an ancient American. Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? So this dude is just generalizing all niggas in one fucking segment and shit. Let me rewind this shit back for this nigga's a hoe. I ain't gonna sit up here and hold you. This nigga's a hoe.
Of having to not go to school for the threat of bombs. And somebody told them that their moms and dads eat cats, if they eat cats and dogs. I'll get myself together, Claire.
Okay, take a minute. Deep breath.
Well, what about that?
I understand what you're saying.
This nigga's weak as fuck, dog. Yo, I gotta get myself together. And then, you know, they got, you know, the far left liberal woman and shit over there. Well, get yourself together. Get yourself together there. You're gonna be all right. You niggas gonna be. I mean, you brothers gonna be all right. This nigga's acting. First of all, this nigga's acting. Okay. He tried his best. It's just not gonna work, dog. It's not gonna work. Niggas is not trying to hear this shit, dog. If you ain't got nothing tangible, dog, we ain't trying to hear that shit, dog. We not trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? We not trying to hear that shit. Yes, nigga, there were footage of motherfucking, there was a Haitian woman eating a fucking cat when the police pulled up. It's on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy to me that this whole ass nigga would jump his ass up here and talk about like Donald Trump generalized Haitians with all black people in America. Like, what are you talking about, bro? He said they have Haitians out there in Springfield that are eating the cats and they're eating dogs and shit like that, which is fucking true. You just do a little research. It's right there. There are people complaining about this shit. You know what I'm saying? They're walking around cutting off chickens and shit, probably doing voodoo and shit like that. That's probably what they were doing for real. Probably doing voodoo. We know Haitians and shit is heavy into that voodoo. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they into the sacrificing of animals and shit like that. You know what I mean? But, you know, tell like I don't know shit though. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, let's come over here. Come over here to the next one. All right. So let's come in at Angela Rye real quick. Now, Angela Rye, shout out to the Breakfast Club. Shout out to the Breakfast Club. Now, this brother right here, okay, I do not agree with a lot of this shit that this brother be doing. First of all, he's not even an ancient American. We know that he get on his knees for Donald Trump. That's what we do know. This nigga get on his knees for Donald Trump. Okay. I don't trust niggas like that. They get on their knees for Donald Trump like that. You know what I'm saying? When they get out here and start saying ain't no racism in America and niggas don't deserve reparations and shit like that, like I don't trust a nigga like that. Straight up and down. Okay. But he's absolutely going to fish fry Angela Rye on this shit. Okay. So let's get into this real quick. Fair accuse, fair accuse. We know that the Breakfast Club love to do heavy copywriting shit. You know what I'm saying? So fair accuse. Okay, fair accuse. I do not own this. You can go check this out on the Breakfast Club. Okay. But he's gonna cook Angela Rye. But let's get into this. And you know what I've been finding out lately is that a lot of these folks, when they actually come up and talk to the Breakfast Club, like these politicians, whether it be the what was that broad name? The broad that's running for president right now. What's the fuck is her name? Jill Stein or Stein. When she went up, when that white woman went up there, she cooked Angela Rye too. Angela had Angela Rye up there with her arms folded up and shit, pouting and shit. You know what I'm saying? When you dealing with motherfuckers that's in the game for real, your little propaganda shit is not going to work on them. You're going to need real facts. All right, so let's get into this real quick.
Are we thriving? Is our members in your...
Now shout out to the beautiful Angela Rye. Let's get Angela Rye. You know, the beautiful Angela Rye. You know what I'm saying? The goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Look at the red bone, the yellow bone. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her, but god damn it, she always on the wrong side of history though.
Are we thriving? Is our members in your
I would
state?
argue we're not. I would argue we're not
thriving?
really thriving right now. This inflation, which by the way was brought to us by Kamala Harris, has really slowed down people from being able to excel.
By Kamala?
Yes.
Vice president.
Oh, Charlemagne.
It's still the president.
Charlemagne, listen, man. When Joe,
I need y'all to listen to this part right here, because Kamala Harris got out here. I want to say it was in August after Trump, back in like July or something. Said, yeah, and I want to do no tax on tips, right? Then Kamala Harris comes out literally like 2 or 3 weeks later. Yeah, and one of the things when I get into office, I'm gonna do a no tax on tips. But when she had to decide and vote on that shit, because it was 50-50, it was yay and nay, 50-50 in the House. She had to decide and vote, and she voted to not give niggas tax on the tips. No, you niggas gonna pay that. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. That's what she did. That ain't even what she said. That's what she did. But then she got out here and said that, yeah, we're gonna do no tax on tips. Then Trump got out here and said, oh, so you just gonna be biting my shit. All right, well, let's see if you bite this. Hey, when I get in office, ain't gonna be no tax on overtime. They try to kill that nigga. They try to kill that nigga Trump after that. They was like, hold on. Nigga said, what? You know what I'm saying? We can't beat that. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't beat that. You know what I'm saying? Because most motherfuckers out here busting their ass, working 40, 50 hours plus, and getting taxed the fuck like a motherfucker, and especially in the heart of an inflation that we in. So if a candidate is saying, look, y'all overtime, y'all keep all that. Word? Bruh, no way, bruh. But anyway, let's get into this.
Biden wanted to do his American Rescue Plan. Kamala Harris was the tie-breaking vote in the United States Senate. She broke the tie that started this inflation that has hurt so many people in our country. Everybody listening to your show, it's not true?
And she'll get up there and say it's not true. But see, this brother got the facts. He came up here prepared. He said, I know they're going to be on some bullshit. This is what they do with us Republicans, black Republicans. Every time we come up here, they act like our intelligence ain't there. They act like we ain't smart. We don't comprehend shit. We dumb as fuck. Nigga said, okay, I know what they're going to do. I'm going to come up here with the paperwork on the whole ass nigga.
First of all, it's a tie-breaking vote.
You sure you want to go there?
Go outside.
What you pulling out?
You go outside.
You sure you want to go there?
district,
Okay, let's go there.
You had it.
You got notes. You got notes, Angela, right?
That's fine. I have notes.
I'm gonna give.
Yeah, she got notes that she's told from the higher up at the iRadio that this what you better be saying. You better have your notes, and you going off this. Do not jump off the script. So even though she's proven wrong, because we already know that, we've been covering the videos. We know Kamala Harris was a tying vote to that shit, and she decided, which sent everything down the fucking drain after that. That's a fact. That's what happened. It's not whether I like a candidate or not. I'm paying attention to both of these niggas, whether they're Republican or Democrat, because I need to know who the fuck is doing what. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of the Democrats that's doing a lot of the dumb shit, a lot of the overspending and shit on shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But anyway, let's get into this.
The biggest note I have today
I'm gonna give it to
is
Charlamagne.
that on every
With the help of some Republicans, I will say that too.
question I've asked,
because Angela, hold on now.
For every infrastructure project in your community,
You can go to
should
third
go
page,
out
just the
and
highlighted
thank
portion.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and the Congress that voted for the American Rescue Plan.
Angela,
That's what should be happening.
Larry Summers wrote an op-ed back in 2021. Larry Summers was the Treasury Secretary for Bill Clinton. He was an economic advisor to Barack Obama. He said that the American Rescue Plan that Joe Biden wanted, that Kamala Harris was the tie-breaking vote in the United States Senate, would create a massive inflation that we have not seen in a generation. Well, guess what?
That happened.
Larry Summers was correct. You know who also was correct, Angela? I was, because I was in the budget committee when they brought the bill.
Now, this is a brother that's in the game. See, it's one thing to be a nigga on the sideline. You're not in these political fucking fields and shit. You know, it's almost like how I won't say me per se because I played sports, but even myself, I'm not in the NBA, I'm not in the NFL, right? But I commentate on it. But there's shit in the locker rooms that I just don't know what's going on. There's how they coming up with game plans and game planning for this and what they have for plan B and making adjustments. I'm not in the locker rooms or around none of the team meetings, but I could just go based off what I think I know what might be going on. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm right. This is a nigga that's in the game. He in the locker room. You can't tell no nigga that's in the locker room on what the fuck is not and what's not going on. You know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion. But anyway, let's let this keep going.
And I said in that committee, it's going to cause massive inflation. That's what happened. So the problem we have in our...
And I remember this brother from around that time. He definitely did say that, just to, fact check it and shit.
Economy today is that prices have gone up massively. Wages adjusted for inflation is down. People's pocketbooks are hurting. But we have a presidential election in 40 days. So, and I'm gonna ask Envy this question. Envy, you're in the housing business as well. I know because I watch. I listen to the show. No, I'm just asking them a question. Chill, Angela. So I listen to the show.
Yeah, she ready to jump on his brother. That's what it is. She ready. Yeah, Angela ready to jump on his ass because that's the script. Whenever a black Republican come up there, the script is to jump on these niggas.
Oh, I know you do a lot of business in housing. Would you hire somebody that broke up stuff in one of your houses to fix the other houses?
No.
Exactly. She broke the economy.
I'm not going to do this this morning, Byron.
Why are you not going to do this, Angela? Because I'm bringing facts. Hold on.
This is typical women shit. And this is what I'm saying. Like, women do a lot of shit like this. That, you catch a woman dead to rights and some shit. See, I'm not even going to get in here and get into all that. I'm not even going to get in here and get all of that. That's it's typical woman shit that she did. She just pulled right there. Women start losing an argument or something. Look, I ain't even want to talk about it. I ain't. The brother up there with the facts. And it makes perfect sense. Like, you're not going to, as far as a homeowner, you're not going to allow somebody who done fucked your crib up and work for you again. Like, oh, yeah, I know you just bust a hole through the wall like the Kool-Aid man and shit, and you motherfucking fuck my pipes up and shit like that. But you know what? I do need my driveway done. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Nah, bruh. I ain't fucking with you, dog. I'm going to have to fuck with somebody else and see how they get, invest something else over there. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I ain't fucking with the person who fucked my shit up. Hell no. You know what I'm saying?
So now I'm bringing facts and you don't want to do it no more? Come on now, Angela. That's not right. I'm bringing facts. I thought we were going to have a fact-based conversation.
All right. So anyway, I can't do too much of the Breakfast Club because, the Breakfast Club be real they be real funny style about that shit. Now, what's funny to me now, I think Charlamagne going to pay for this one right here. Let me pull this up real quick. I think Charlamagne, them Democrat, the higher up Democrats gonna tap that nigga right on top of his bald head, be like, hey dog, let me holler at you real quick. That shit you just said up there on the Breakfast Club. Yeah. You better get out here, nigga. You better be the ultimate cheerleader for Kamala Harris after that shit. Charlemagne is indebted to them folks, dog, straight up and down. But anyway, let's get into this though, because I have been seeing this commercial like crazy. I did see it a lot
That ad.
Throughout this weekend too, as far as football goes. So I thought it was very interesting. They had them both ways though. They had shit that's against Trump, which were more. The ones that were against Trump was just funny to me because like I said, we do the videos and shit, so we know what's going on. And then the shit with Kamala is funny too because we know what the fuck is going on. So it's just funny to see that shit be happening during a football game. But anyway,
They was running during the football games this weekend, claiming the vice president supports funding gender transition surgeries for all prison inmates and migrants in the U.S. That was nuts. I don't know if it was.
I wouldn't say nuts, but that was crazy.
That was funny.
I don't know.
ain't nothing funny about that. They dead ass. They dead ass. That's why you got motherfucking men in goddamn women's sports wrestling, beating the fuck out of these biological women. You know what I'm saying? Out here beating the fuck out of these goddamn women and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They beating them in races and shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. I'm not a component of somebody who will want a female or male that's transitioning, whatever the fuck, to be competing against no woman at the end of the day, especially in something physical. You know what I'm saying? Like something physical, absolutely not. Would you want your daughter or your sister or your auntie or something to be fucking competing against Brock Lesnar with a wig on? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm going to my cousin, she got a boxing match. You know what I mean? She got a boxing match. And you get to the goddamn arena, and this motherfucker is built like Mike Tyson and shit. You like, yo, hold on. That ain't no fucking woman and shit. And she in there, or he or she is in there beating the fuck out of your goddamn cousin. You gonna want to jump over the top rope on their ass real quick. Like, nah, hold up, though. That's a whole man for real. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. But Kamala Harris and that administration, they do actually support shit like that. They support trans being in sports. You know what I'm saying? I support it too, but I support it in the sense of they should have their own league. Just like we got a men's, we got women's. Then you can do your trans shit. You know what I'm saying? But when you got a woman, especially in shit like boxing, fighting, UFC and shit, I think, me personally, I think it's already going down. I think there's men that's done transition and had the surgery and everything that's in these female, whatchamacallit, beating the fuck out of these goddamn women. I think it's already been going on. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it was the backdrop of football, but when you hear the narrator say Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners, that one line, I was like, hell no, I don't want my taxpayer dollars going to that.
I definitely see that. She did
that ad was effective.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners.
Now, as you see right there, now that's not a woman. Okay, that is not a woman that Kamala Harris is up there talking about. This is at a transgender equality action fund. Okay, so this is where she's at. You understand? This is not a woman. If I walked up on this motherfucker and was like, dude, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna get highly offended. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get highly offended. You know what I'm saying? Now, Tell Like It Is TV has no problem with transgenders or whatever the case may be, or gays or whatever. I don't have no problem with it. My main thing is that certain shit, no, taxpayer money should not be going to motherfuckers. So a motherfucker get out here and kill somebody, and because they get ready to go to jail with a bunch of men, they could be like, you know what, fuck all that. I want to do my time with women. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the taxpayer money going to some shit like that. Like, nah, y'all can find other countries we out here helping out for them niggas to foot the bill, but not us. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody else. If you want to do that shit, cool. But have another country that we helping out. Have them fund that shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't put it on the American people. We ain't got shit to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. But anyway, especially for no nigga going to jail. You know what I'm saying? This nigga broke the law.
Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
It's hard to believe, but it's true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Kamala took a picture with a transgender, and it was This is what they were saying, that it made it seem like Kamala supports transgender sex changes in jail with our money. That's what it came across.
Yeah,
Isn't that what they're saying?
It literally said that Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners, and it talks about how she supports funding gender transition surgeries for all prison inmates and migrants in the United States. That ad was impactful.
It was. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you. That shit, I was like, damn, listen, they ain't playing games. I'm like, bro, it's like 1:30 in the afternoon, bro, on a Sunday. This supposed to be the first day of the week on some, for the Christians that might be out there. You used to goddamn Sunday got to be like the peace day and shit, relaxed day, first day of the week kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? If you somebody that go to church, that's the Lord's day. You know what I'm saying? It's technically not the Lord's day, but right? We already know that that's technically really not the Lord's day, but I think it's either Friday or Saturday or some shit like that. But anyway, I ain't gonna get into all of that. But when it comes down to Sunday, we know, and I was like, damn, that shit was like a haymaker and shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, I'm trying to watch the Steelers right now. I'm not really trying to think about that. But when I heard that shit on, I was like, damn. I was like, yeah, that shit hit hard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And to the point, even Charlemagne is Democrat no matter what. You know what I'm saying? He really a vote blue no matter who kind of nigga. For real. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he let Joe Biden get his old ass up there and say, look, Charlemagne, look, I got some cookies to go bake, nigga. And if you got a decision whether you voting for me or Trump, you ain't black. Charlemagne let Joe Biden get that off. You know what I'm saying? Like Charlemagne, you know what I'm saying? Bro, where your nuts at? You know what I'm saying? You let that man, you talk about supporting this man and supporting his VP. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just put them all the way to shame at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, but for Charlemagne to be up here saying that, hey, damn, that shit hit hard. That little Trump, that shit hit hard. They gonna tap this nigga on his head about that shit. Trust and believe. You gonna hear some funny shit about Charlemagne, or Charlemagne gonna be saying some wild shit. Give it about to like the end of the week. All right. Because he's in front of nigga nation doing this kind of shit. And they want the black vote to be voting for Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn.
Was it because it was during football?
Yes.
I think it was during football.
Yeah, absolutely was during football, because that shit fucked me up. I was watching the Steelers game.
Like the contrast of it.
Yes.
But the last week they had the same thing running on Tim Walsh and said he likes tampons in boys' bathrooms.
And they did have the same thing last week. That's why it's going to be interesting what we see tonight with this debate. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of interested into it. I want to see. I really want to see how Tim Walz performed though tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm more looking into. I think that nigga's going to crash out at some point though. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? He might not crash out, but I think Tim Walz honestly is a better candidate. Kamala should have been like the VP to that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it $1 bean. But anyway, let me let this keep going.
I would not have paid that. I don't think I would have paid that commercial no attention if it was any other time. But when you're watching football and you just what the hell?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I'm watching the game. I'm worried about my boys being down and shit. I'm like, damn, we getting our ass kicked. Come on, man, wake y'all ass up out here. And here come this goddamn. I was like, damn, they ain't playing fair. They out here swinging the gauntlet and shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, this nigga Trump swinging the gauntlet throwing football, bro. Like, damn, bro, we just trying to enjoy this football game real quick. You coming through with this politics shit. Now, that shit I didn't appreciate, though. I ain't appreciate that shit, Trump. You know what I'm saying? But it was impactful because a lot of people are sitting around watching a fucking football game. A lot of people are out, whether it be at bars, restaurants, watching the football game. You know what I'm saying? So it was perfect timing, man. It was perfect timing. It hits hard with some shit like that. But anyway, so now we're going to start talking about this whole situation going on with the hurricane. All right. So let's get into this real quick.
Donald Trump just authorized a GoFundMe account for the Americans that have been devastated by Hurricane Helene, setting the goal of $1 million. And within 45 minutes, it reached $900,000 with some huge contributions coming in from some big names. Dana White contributed $100,000. Dan Newland contributed $100,000. Bass Pro Shops contributed $100,000. Kid Rock donated $20,000. And former U.S. Senator of Georgia, Georgia, Kelly Loeffler, made a massive donation of $500,000. There are still hundreds of thousands of people.
I mean, look at this shit, bro. This shit is absolutely devastated North Carolina. I mean, damn, I ain't even think I haven't really even been paying attention to the hurricane shit. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I really don't know too much about it, but damn, yeah, this is bad, bro. Yeah, this is terrible.
Without power. There are hundreds of people still missing, and rescuers are having an incredibly difficult time making rescues because roads are completely demolished. Independent journalists on the ground are saying that the damages are worse than Hurricane Katrina and that there is little to no federal aid. Also, the mainstream media has been.
So you know what's interesting? Wasn't that black dude I was cooking that was a Republican? What's his name? Mark Robinson. I was just cooking his ass. I want to say it was Sunday. Oh yeah, we stir fried his ass, but I could have sworn he's like the lieutenant or something of North Carolina. So it's funny that this shit is happening in his state right now, which is, you know, political warfare at the end of the day, allegedly.
Completely silent. I'm happy that Donald Trump was able to get some much needed funding.
All right, so I'm only reason why I played y'all this video is because we're gonna come over here real quick, okay? So as you seen, Trump not even the goddamn president, but he out here boots to the ground, making sure, you know, what the American people need. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into what Joe Biden. Now, Joe Biden, right? If it got anything to do with Palestine and Israel, billions of dollars. Anything to do with Ukraine, billions of dollars. Anything to do with Hawaii, Hawaii or Hawaii or whatever the fuck that place is out there in Hawaii, $700. Gave them folks $700, a one-time payment. I mean, Biden can't stop writing checks for the Ukraine. He just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Biden, you know, I said, like that nigga be getting Tourette's and shit. The Biden get Tourette's when it come down to writing checks for the Ukraine. Another Ukraine, Zelensky, $40 billion. 2 weeks later, huh? For Zelensky, yeah, $100 billion. You know what I'm saying? He can't stop writing checks for these niggas, but the American people, he ain't got shit but $700 for them. And in this case, when it comes down to these people out here in fucking in North Carolina, he said he ain't got shit for niggas. Hold up. All right, so Biden is saying the federal. He's not dealing with the federal as far as giving them. We already have enough. We already hit our cap, but they can give $2 billion just a few days ago. 2.4 billion, easy work to the Ukraine. American people, we gave y'all niggas what we can. You know what I'm saying? You can't get your shit together. Hey, you better ask Mark Robinson and Donald Trump for them niggas to help y'all niggas out. You know what I'm saying? We gave all the federal spending that we can do. Niggas got a cap limit when it come down to taking care of Americans and shit. But anybody else and shit, you know, they out here, you know, opening the goddamn checkbook. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Disgusting work. I never forget what they did to them folks out there in Wowie. Oh, hold up. I didn't even play the video for y'all. Hold on. Let me share the video. That means y'all couldn't even see that. So I'm just gonna let it play all the way through real quick.
I'm proud to announce a new $2.4 billion package of security assistance. We've given them all everything that we have. We're on the ground ahead of time, so we're working hard.
Are there any more resources the federal government could be giving them?
No, we've given them, we have pre-planned a significant amount of it, even though they didn't ask for it yet. I'm proud to announce.
All right. So that's Biden right there. Biden said, "Look, we got a cap limit on what we're gonna give Americans and shit. We're not gonna open the checkbook when it comes down to Americans. No. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna put a cap on that shit." But like I said, them people out there in Maui, man, they lost all kind of shit. Lost their homes, lost valuable possessions, fucking probably family memorabilia and shit. and Biden gave them niggas $700, dog. One time payment of $700. You know what I'm saying? Here, take this $700, y'all be all right. You know what I'm saying? But the illegal migrant, you can get that motherfucker 13,000 in food stamps, 5,000 a month in cash on a prepaid debit card. You know what I'm saying? That's what they could do for folks that ain't from America. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we might as well start claiming we ain't from America. No, you know what? You know what? Fuck that. We ain't from America neither. We say we ain't from America. I guess we gonna get taken better care of in America. You know what I'm saying? Shit is fucking ridiculous. We need to motherfucking break away from goddamn the United States or something. Like, yeah, hey, look, man. I'm just an ancient indigenous being. You know what I'm saying? I'm not have nothing to do with America. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll get the 13,000 in food stamps and the 5,000 in cash and the house loan, car loan, business loan. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I get all that. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't what it is. Even our leadership is showing us, hey, look, we got a cap for what we can do for Americans. Anybody else, we willing to bring out the big bag. We willing to roll out the Brinks truck, Fort Knox out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Americans, look, man, I'm sorry, y'all. Just think about it, right? The pandemic, right? Got out here, then niggas got in office. They cut niggas a $600 check. $600. Like, bruh, niggas done quit their job. What the fuck a nigga gonna do with 600? And then inflation get high as a bitch and shit like that. Like, what are we gonna do with that? You know what I'm saying? But anybody else? 50 million, 50 billion, 100 billion, 300 billion. I'm saying what they have given to the Ukraine, as far as my coverage on the Ukraine, the media is lying about how much money they actually gave out there. They're actually lying about it. And even when you hear some of the, like Fox News and shit, they're lying too. Because I've been covering this shit for a minute, and I've seen 100 billion, 200 billion at least 3 times within that period when that shit started going down. At least I say like the first 6 months of that shit. So for them to say, "Oh yeah, there's only been uh, uh 50 billion that's been sent out to the Ukraine," that's a damn lie. That's a damn lie on both platforms. You know what I'm saying? These niggas are somewhere working up in the trillions. All right. Well, let's come over here real quick. So now, uh, so they're talking about Donald Trump going down there. Damn, this shit was bad down there, bro. Anyway, fair accuse, fair accuse, fair accuse.
He's going down there to tour the devastation before Kamala Harris, before Joe Biden. And yesterday, Joe Biden was asked what more can be done, and he said nothing.
But here it is. You got a presidential candidate, a former president that's out there. No, he got to hit the boots to the ground. This is why Joy Reid was saying this shit. These folks are in a whole panic in the mainstream media. See, Trump, he's trying to go to these states because of their laws. Well, I mean, part of that can be true. I mean, he's still on a presidential fucking campaign. The nigga honestly ain't stopped being on a presidential campaign since he lost. Honestly. You know what I'm saying? From what I can remember. The nigga been campaigning these whole 4 years. Maybe y'all should do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But it is what it is, right? But this is why Joy Reid was up there talking that shit about black folks need to be scared and worried and Trump supporters, they gonna come get y'all and da 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 da.
Given them all they can have. That's absurd. There's 2 million people in North Carolina without power. People are dying for food, for water. They are desperate. We've given billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine, and there's nothing else we can do for American citizens who are struggling, no fault of their own. Such a lack of leadership from the White House right now, but President Trump is showing real leadership today.
And that's what you need in the White House. You need real leadership. The problem with our administration, it just lacks leadership, man. It really does. I mean, they can be leaders for when the shit that they want passed and the shit that they want their own personal agendas. Oh yeah, they the top dog. You know what I'm saying? They numero uno when it comes down to the shit that they want to get passed and shit like that. But when it comes down to what's going to be beneficial in these tragic times for the American people, they just lack that sympathy because they're so used to doing shit outside for other outsiders. It's not from America. I just think honestly, this administration just has no feel for the American citizens. They just don't. They just have no feel for that shit. But anyway, so let's come over here. Shout out to CNN. You know what I'm saying? Fair accuse, fair accuse. I do not own the rights to this particular footage. CNN just admitted rightfully President Trump is being treated as the president by the hurricane victims. He's being all right. So this is pretty much what they're saying. So they're they're a little salty the fact that people are actually looking at Trump as being leadership, touching the ground and shit. And it says a lot, even when it comes down to the whole border control thing. Notice how the border control don't fuck with Kamala Harris or Joe Biden. They don't really fuck with them. But anyway, all right. So this is why they oh shit, damn, why I keep doing that shit? Hold on. Let me play this one more time real quick. God damn.
Treated not just as a former president, but almost as though he is a sitting president. As Boris, you just noted, getting a briefing from FEMA, getting a briefing from the National Guard. That is not something that is typically just offered to a candidate. They are treating him as though he is a former president who is there to help. And one thing that I had noticed earlier during our 1 p.m. conversation was that Donald Trump did not have that much to offer in terms of resources since he is not a sitting president. But I will note that he and the campaign say that they have arrived in that area with trucks full of supplies that they plan on giving out. So there is something there for them to offer. He also said that he had a tanker truck full of gasoline, which obviously, if you've ever covered one of these storms, you understand that one of the first things and hardest things to come by is gasoline. So he said that he was going to be giving that out. He is clearly taking this seriously as a politician is on the ground trying to show that he is there in.
Now that was a slick way to kind of throw a little jab. Oh yeah, well, as a politician. No, what about as a fellow American? You know what I'm saying? That seems like the work of a fellow fucking American. That don't seem like a politician out there down there to take some pictures and shit like that. Motherfucker down there, he just happens to be in a political fucking year, you know what I'm saying? But um him raising the money and all that, he actually raising money for the people. You know what I'm saying? Biden can be out here cutting them checks federally and he refusing to do so. They won't allow Trump because, like I said, he's a former president, so it's only so much he can do. So he's started that whole GoFundMe shit from the lady I just played earlier, and they're raising the money for the resources to help out the people, whether it be North Carolina and all these different places down south that got affected by this hurricane. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need for leadership. You need motherfuckers that actually care about Americans and not about every other fucking country besides fucking America. You know what I'm saying? So let's come over here real quick. This is some chick or whatever talking about, I guess, something going on out there in Tennessee. And she has questions. Okay. So Americans are currently losing everything right now in Tennessee and North Carolina, and the aid for American citizens is nowhere to be found. All right, so let's get into this woman's rant right here. So let's get into this. Fair Act Use, Fair Act Use, Fair Act Use.
A question for the United States government. Where's the money at? There are dams that are failing in Tennessee and North Carolina right now. People are dying. People are losing everything. They've already lost everything. You know why? Because they're living paycheck to fucking paycheck. Where's the money? Y'all came to the aid of Israel quick. Billions of dollars. But when it's our citizens, when it's us, we're nowhere to be found. Why are we still paying taxes, bro? Fuck the jail. Fuck everything else. Fuck the United States government. They're not using the tax dollars that we're paying to them for us. Like, bro, people, look it up. Look it up right now. There are dams that are failing in North Carolina and in Tennessee.
And if one of them dams, if they're obviously failing, then that's where a lot of that flooding and shit like that is coming from. So it's probably not necessarily so much of the rain. It's just like a Katrina kind of situation. And I could have sworn somebody in one of these videos I played said that they said that the North Carolina shit was worse than Katrina. So we all know what happened with the Katrina case. You know what I'm saying? With Katrina, the levees broke, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened with that shit. So they're saying that shit is worse than that in North Carolina. So let me let her keep going though.
And we're just one storm away from that being you. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. I'm safe. I'm fine. But this is bullshit because guess what? If I would have gotten a gust of wind, it would have been at the Gulf Coast and it would have been over here. What the fuck are we gonna do? Stop saying that. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's gonna happen. Do something. Like, I'm a convicted felon. I would have already quit my job. I would have already been marching. I swear to fucking God. I need a leader. I need someone to tell me what to do. I need security. And guess what? The United States government's not giving me that right now. They're not giving anyone that. We need to do something. I'm just another defeated American. So maybe no one will see this. But if you're struggling right now, and then you get hit with a hurricane, and then you get hit with dam failure.
Yeah, you're cooked. You're straight cooked at that point. Like, you're done. You know what I'm saying?
Think about that. Put yourself in their shoes. Go back to kindergarten. This shit's not okay. I'm debating on moving to Mexico. If I could convince my fucking wife and her family, I would have already been gone out of this country.
All right. So that's her rant. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much talking about it. And I can agree with that. I honestly agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been saying this shit for years now. When it comes down to these folks cutting these checks, I'm like, yo, hold up. How y'all still cutting checks for here, cutting checks for this, cutting checks for that? And then when you actually look into these bills and you see where a lot of the money is being allocated to, it's wild. You wouldn't believe some of the shit that they're actually cutting the money into. You'd be like, what? $20 billion into fucking, or $10 billion into some goddamn museum in some other part of the world. Fucking $50 billion or $50 million into some fucking research in some other part of the, and it's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Then a tragedy happens in America, and then these niggas is like, yo, look, man, we ain't got the money. We ain't got the money. Hold on, what the fuck you mean you ain't got the money? You know what I'm saying? The fuck you mean you ain't got the money? Y'all make the money out of thin air when it comes down to whatever it is y'all.
Kamala Harris.
Let me just go ahead and play this one real quick.
Kamala Harris just sank her campaign. In an interview with MSNBC, she said, "Gone are the days of the American dream." She was also asked if the American people can trust her, and the only thing you need to know about her answer is to watch her body language. Check this out.
Right now is elusive, you know. Gone is the day of everyone thinking they could actually live the American dreams.
Kamala was just.
That's crazy to say. That is kind of crazy to say.
Just asked about her policies. She rambled and then said the American dream is gone. She's been in power for 4 years and said the American dream's gone.
Can we trust you? Yes. Yes. I am not perfect, but
This woman, hell no, I can't trust no Kamala Harris. This is ridiculous.
I will tell you,
Kamala Harris can't trust her goddamn self.
I'm always going to put the needs of the people first.
Well, stand on that business out there in North Carolina. Should have been standing on that business out there in Maui with them folks, because they was fucked up in the game, and y'all gave them $700. That's cold-blooded, man. That's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded. You know what I'm saying?
They're going to tell you everything you need to know. All you have to do is watch them. Kamala Harris is an enemy of capitalism and the middle class, and what they want is for your wealth to be diminished, so you have to have your hand out.
All right, so that's that dude's video. Y'all make sure y'all go check out his video. I do not own the rights to that particular video. All right, so let's come over here real quick. What video is this? All right. All right. All right. So then I'm pretty much ending these videos off with what people had to talk about when it comes down to Biden administration. Okay. But this brother right here says this administration is showing us time and time again that we should not put them back into the White House. All right. So let's get into this real quick.
So let me get this straight. We have an active vice president who is running for the presidency of the United States. We have a catastrophic disaster on the East Coast of our country. Why have we not heard from Kamala Harris? Why have we not heard from Joe Biden? Why is this administration showing us time and time again why we should not put them back into the White House? Because Kamala, do you want to get elected as president? Show us what you can do when shit hits the fan, which is right now. This is a layup for any presidential candidate. Donald Trump can only do so much. He's not in office. Kamala Harris, you are literally in office right now and can do something. Show us why we should vote for you when shit gets tough. Because that's really what we need a president for when shit gets tough. You not showing up is going to be detrimental for you in November because of how you're handling this right now. God, help us.
And that's just the facts. You know what I'm saying? That's just the stone cold facts right there. All right. So let's come into this instance. I think I shared this particular woman's video before or something that she had. But let's get into this real quick.
I'm going to come back and address this, but I'm going to say this first. All my life, all 45 years of my life in my community, we have been told that white people are racist. They don't like you. Stay away from them. But I promise to goodness, and I know I'm not by myself, other color folks can tell you during this election season, especially, the most racist people that we have seen demonstrating racism are skin folks. That's supposed to be kin folks that's voting for this demon called Kamala.
Oh yeah. If you somebody that say, hey, you questioning her blackness, right? If you questioning why she ain't got nothing. I mean, even if you just thinking it, even if you just asking general questions, our own people are running around this bitch, chastising, waving the fingers, just motherfucking dogging you out because you have questions about, and you have sense at the end of the day to ask the fucking questions at the end of the day. They're basically like, nigga, you dumb, you don't know what you're talking about. What you seeing is they basically Will Smith with the beam and Men in Black and coming up, hey, the shit you just seen 3.5 years, shing, shing. Hold that, fam. You know what I'm saying? You don't remember none of that. You know what I'm saying? None of that happened, nigga. And I said she black, nigga. Shing. Oh shit, my head hurt. But anyway, let this keep going.
Yeah, this witch called Kamala. Now, you say, let them so-called patriots invite you to their cookout. They already did. They invited me to the cookout. They invited me to their tea parties and they beer brews. I don't care if the meat is undone or unseasoned. I got my season.
So, I already know that this woman was probably getting all kind of, you a buck dancing. You want to be with the Patriots, with the white boys. You want to be with the white boys. You know what I'm saying? But they had they pom-pom. The same people that'd be criticizing her that look like us was out here pom-poms. I mean, pom-poms, guns out, all kind of shit in support of Joe Biden, though. In support of Joe fucking Biden. Literally in 2020. Okay? But, if you questioning Kamala Harris, this, that, and the third, oh, won't you ask them so-called patriots? Let them come to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man.
And if you think that I'm going to choose your cookout over my country, something got to be seriously wrong with your mind.
Absolutely.
Patriots, I want y'all to let this person know, am I invited to y'all cookouts?
Now, for some of them, it might be a no, because some of these so-called patriots, some of these niggas is really racist as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They're really racist as hell, and no, you would not be invited to their cookouts, straight up and down. Now, some of them maybe a little bit racist or prejudiced, right? But you'll be invited to the cookout. It's no different from a hardcore far lefter. You know what I'm saying? You'll be invited. They don't fuck with you, but you'll be invited though. You can come have a good time and shit, long as keeping the peace. You know what I'm saying? You'll be fine. Either side, so it don't really matter. Let this keep going.
Because y'all done already told me, but apparently they don't know. And I want the other color folks to see the love that the MAGA, the patriots, the white people come bearing towards us. Other country loving folks. I don't want to come to their cookouts anyway. They too chaotic. The cookouts where the cousins come and show up and tear up the cookout.
Oh, well, let me tell you something. If you've been to some of these same kind of things happen. That's what I'm saying. Like when a motherfucker be a little bit too conservative, they start acting like everything white folks don't be having wild shit happening at they cookouts and shit like that. Yes, it does happen. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it does happen. Same way, our cookouts, it might get a little wild or whatever the case may be. It gets wild at their cookouts too. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to throw that in there.
Or the cookout where the aunties and the big mamas and them come and don't contribute to the cookout, but leave with 40 to-go plates and you cleaning up the mess. Or the cookouts where the cops.
I ain't even going to sit up here and hold you. When I go to a cookout, because I don't do cookouts myself, but when I go to a cookout, yeah, I'm coming through to eat. You know what I'm saying? That's what a cookout is for. I'm coming through to eat. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down, black or white. Baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming through to eat. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. Let me let this movie keep going, though.
Come and turn them out because they full of chaos and confusion. Yeah, I'm cool. Keep your cookout. But just so you understand me clearly, you and any other melanated fool that want to get up here with this foolishness. You ain't gave me my skin tone or my skin color, therefore you can't revoke access to a damn thing. And I damn sure don't care about your cookouts. I got my own grill and I can have my own cookouts. Matter of fact, I'm about to have a common sense cookout for patriots, MAGA, white people who love their country right here in big old Texas. And we're going to make sure we live stream it so idiots like yourself will be able to see the common sense cookout. Now, again, patriots, y'all come on in the comment section and let this clown know right here. Yeah, I'm invited. Me and everybody else. And I got my seasoning. Last but never least, if y'all want to go ahead and rock these shirts, Kamala for prison, I got you too, boo. Just let me know.
All right. But it's crazy when you got the youth out here standing on the business. This is what I enjoy seeing. I know this chick has to be younger than me. I'm 35, so I know she has to be younger than me. Either that, or maybe it's her filter, or she just has extremely great genes to where the point she looks like she's in her 20s or something. But let's get into this though. You know what I'm saying? Because I love to see our fellow ancient Americans, and even if they're not ancient Americans, but just love to see younger folks in general embracing the truth, because that shit is hard to really grasp. It's really hard for people to really want that. You know what I'm saying? Majority of people want to be lied to. You know what I'm saying? So let me come down here.
Yo, Candace Owens might have just uncovered the biggest scandal of the century. Turns out Kamala Harris was hiding a big secret, y'all. We kept saying that something was going on with her family tree. She wasn't black, yada, yada, yada. So Candace Owens found out that Kamala Harris' grandparent, the dark one that, gave her blackness,
My bad. She got pretty hands though. I don't know. My bad. Let me go ahead and.
Blackness was actually the family help. So like a nanny. And pretended as if it was her grandmother who actually died 20 years before Kamala's birth. All while hiding her white grandmother, y'all.
All right.
Oh, you can look it up, baby. There's proof. It's on and pop it. She lied. She lied. And I knew it.
Looking at some of these photos of people who became like family.
Shout out to Candace Owens. Candace Owens, absolutely. I mean, Tell Like It Is TV been telling y'all this shit for a minute anyway, right? But Candace Owens, with her platform, she absolutely dissected this shit to a T. She dissected it, gave you the connections and all that. Big shout out to Candace Owens. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a part of the we ain't fucking with Candace Owens. You know what I'm saying? But when she stood, obviously she spoke of her agenda being on the Daily Wire and then her going back and forth with the Daily Wire and shit like that. Gained some respect for her because I thought this was her time where she just coon out and bow her head but no, she fought back. She fought back just like she would come up and be talking about niggas and shit and she stood in that foxhole. You know what I'm saying? And so I gave her a lot of credit for that. You know what I'm saying? Going back and forth with them people. You know what I mean? I give her a lot of tremendous respect for that. You know what I'm saying? That takes a lot. And when she comes through with the facts, with truth. Well, hold on, fuck all the facts. She come through with the truth on the nigga. And so when she came through with the Janet Jackson shit, I was like, oh yeah, she's standing on business. And I got to salute her for that because I'm glad that a lot of us stood on business when it came down to the media wanting to attack goddamn Janet Jackson. We weren't having that. You know what I'm saying? We were standing on that business as a collective. And shout out to all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And this is where it happens when you out here. Candace Owens got out here and started dissecting this woman's family down, find out her mother white.
And they're trying to pass them off like relatives. Again, not a fact, a huge question mark. But my instinct tells me that that person is actually not her family member. And if it is, well, Kamala's got some explaining to do. How did she meet Grandma Beryl almost 20 years after Grandma Beryl died?
Y'all gotta go watch Candace Owens' podcast because she got all the deeds. But I'm just gonna leave you with this. Kamala Harris is a liar, okay? And she fabricated a family lineage just to pander our votes.
Disrespectful. Absolutely disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And we should all be offended by that shit. I don't understand why people are not getting this shit. Nigga act like he ain't see the goddamn Candace Owens shit, but if it be something that they don't put out there about Donald Trump, all of a sudden nigga done seen that. You know what I'm saying? That nigga done seen that. All right. Let me see if Candace Owens. All right, let me come to this brother right here. This brother kind of funny though. Let me come over here real quick. He been standing on business. Shout out to all the brother that's been standing on business when it came down to this administration. Let's get into it though.
Plus. This is a failed administration, top to fucking bottom. Failed. F. Plus. COVID failed. The bridge failed. Could somebody tell me what the fuck Kamala Harris and Joe Biden do? Besides gaslight the fuck out of us?
Oh, gaslighting was an everyday thing. The gaslighting is an everyday thing. There's not one day you can turn on the news and they wasn't gaslighting, especially when it comes down to this Trump shit. You know what I'm saying? There's not one day they're not gaslighting your ass. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, they have failed on a lot of shit, a lot of responses. Hawaii, the brother brought up the bridge situations that was happening. Brother brought up a lot of different good points. You know what I'm saying?
Economy failed. Every single aspect of this administration has failed. Give me the fucking reason to vote for this motherfucker. She's black. I'm gonna give you that. She's black. And what? And fucking what?
And that makes it a motherfucker draw the line in the sand. Because when you do that, when you do that, like some people, when I have these kind of conversations with them, because it's always good to have these kind of conversations so you can kind of see where people are at. And some people, man, look, they'll all right, I'll be like, all right, man. So all right, she's black. Okay. All right, she's black. She's black. Okay. Okay, what now? You know what I'm saying? And it usually comes to a halt at that point because they're still trying to catch you up into, oh, she is black. She is black. Her grandfather's from Jamaica and trying to get you into this fucking conversation. When you be like, all right, whatever, she's black. All right. So what about all this shit though that's going on that's been happening for these last 3 years though? Who fault is that? Let me guess. That's Donald Trump fault. Yeah, man, let me guess. And so as we going on, all right, yeah, whatever, nigga, she black. All right. So these last 3.8 years right here. So who fault is this for all this shit going on, all this chaos and all? Who fault is that? You know what I'm saying? Man, that's Trump. I'm telling you, man. Listen, I'm just gonna say, man, if Trump get in there, man, Trump gonna do this and Trump gonna do that. But y'all would allow this woman to get 4 more years of the same shit? Are you niggas insane? Are you insane? You know what I'm saying?
Could somebody tell me what Kamala Harris' job is? She's the vice president. Everybody keeps saying she don't have enough power. What the fuck should she do? Period. What the fuck do she do? These people in North Carolina are smelling bodies. They rolls are gone, and the best thing you can do is say, well, we just gonna try to we're gonna give them the help that they don't even know they need and all this other shit. But you got a real structured plan for war. You already got a real structured plan for immigrants. Ain't no motherfucking plan laid out for the people of the fucking country. They do not put us first.
And that's a fact, dog. They do not put us first. That's a problem. And when we walk around here acting like that's not a problem, bro, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. Like, they'll cut a check for the other countries. They do this shit yearly, monthly. But when it come down to American people, they ain't got enough money. They ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got it this week. Come down to America, oh, we ain't got it this week. Yeah, all that shit that's happened in North Carolina, yeah, man, we ain't got it this week, man. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit happened in Hawaii. Yeah, man, all we got is $700, man. We ain't got it this week. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole we ain't got it this kind of week shit. You know what I'm saying? When it come to us, you know what I'm saying? And so when you got ancient Americans that's okay, that's looking at the policies and just looking at what the country has became, and they like, you know what, man? I probably wouldn't have never said this, or I probably wouldn't even. I didn't vote for his ass. I voted for Biden, but this time around, dog, I'm voting for Donald Trump. Some people will look at you as public enemy number one, and if you somebody that get up in a mainstream platform or some shit like that, and you talking about you supporting Donald Trump, nigga, they're gonna chastise the fuck out your ass. Or they're going to make you seem like you're just dumb or you're retarded or you don't know no better, right? They're going to little boy you. You know what I'm saying? It's shameful. You know what I mean? And all you're doing is acting and coming to critical thinking. You're using a little bit of critical thinking. You're using your own mind to think for yourself. You're not allowing to be influenced or being scared or whatever. You're opening your mind up into seeing what makes fucking sense. And once you do that, and then you come up with your conclusion that, hey, you know what, man, this administration has completely failed. I'm voting for Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you're done. And all you want is for these folks to put you first. You know what I'm saying? Then Jaheim have a song, better put that woman first.
Why we gotta keep saying this to you motherfuckers? They don't put us first. We are last on every agenda that they have.
And even in America, the ancient American is last, period. So whatever you want to say, whether it's them people, right? Caucasians, right? Immigrant Caucasians, right? And then it trickles down from maybe like the Chinese immigrant, right? Or the Asian immigrant, my bad. The Asian American. Then it trickles down to the African American, right? And then it trickles down to the Chinese immigrant, right? Or the Asian immigrant, my bad. The Asian American. Then it trickles down to the We're literally last. And with us, it's more with us, it actually gets broken down into man and woman. When it comes down to the bottom, that shit gets it's not just us as a whole, it's man, woman. You know what I'm saying? Woman, but in their order, it's woman, and then the man is at the bottom. So we're at the bottom. The ancient American male is at the bottom. Not all of us. But for those that's able to rise through the cracks and do what they had to, salute to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. But as far as how the society in a certain agenda that they want, when it comes down to the ancient American man and woman, we're at the very bottom. And even at that, we're not even as a whole. We're like broken off. So
I shouldn't even have to say this shit. The bridge, COVID, the disasters, they have no plan for nothing. As a matter of fact, they don't even have money for the shit.
just crazy. Which is crazy, as I've been showing y'all. They got money for any and everything else. Come to us, we ain't got it. Another thing they don't have money on is motherfucking reparations. You know what I'm saying? All right. I think they got that whole thing going on with damn. Now hold up, y'all. I gotta show y'all this kind of shit. And see, it be this kind of shit that'll have motherfuckers out here talking about support Kamala Harris. Look at this shit, dog.
Face each other. Come on with the 613, snatch a wig.
So they got these women up here auditioning to be on this show, and this woman is out here talking about, all right, y'all snatch each other with. So they want them to be fighting. This is an audition for the show.
Snatch a wig. Oh, bitch. Snatch a wig. Snatch the wig. Oh my God. It is. Snatch the wig challenge. It's a snatch the wig challenge. Well, it is.
Or snatch the wig challenge.
Snatch a wig.
Unreal, man.
Snatch a wig.
One more.
Face each other.
Come on with the 613, baby.
Snatch a wig. Snatch a wig.
Oh, bitch.
Snatch a wig. Snatch the
Oh,
wig.
the other girls start punching her and shit.
It is. Snatch the wig challenge. It's a snatch the wig challenge. Well, it is. Snatch a wig. Snatch a wig.
That's crazy, dog. All right, I'm trying to see if there's anything else before I get ready to get up off of here. All right, let me wind this a little bit.
The news. Where's our government right now? Because guys, that's North Carolina over there. I'm in Tennessee, and I just read and saw a video where they said that people and their whole beings were laying all over the ground, and the smell was like horrific, and nobody can get in there. Nobody's going over there. What is going on? Why isn't the government helping? This is worse than anybody even expected or even knows, because none of the news channels are even reporting on this except for like TikTok. That's it. What is going on? These people need help. They need help over North Carolina. They need the government to come in with the military. What is going on? Why aren't they helping? There is literally a stink happening because there's so many beings laying everywhere. I'm just so infuriated right now and angry, you guys. Where's the government? I mean, if the government really wanted to help, dude, there would be helicopters and you know, military just everywhere. There's none.
All right, and people would tell you, well, that's not how it works. Technically, it's not how. Like, what are you talking about?
I have 2 fingers. I have 3 fingers. Is this gonna last forever?
Oh shit. Damn, yeah, that's crazy.
Imagine you're walking across a busy street every day and a Mack truck comes barreling down. You will produce basically a response without even reflection. You'll jump back. If every day you're walking across that thing, you overproduce the thing so that one day you're walking across that street, that Mack truck has come barreling down, you see it, and you keep walking. What?
Like, this is the shit I'm talking about with this woman. What are you talking about?
Listen to this. Listen to the wisdom of Kamala.
So imagine you're walking across a busy street.
And shout out to All the Smoke, because they went and interviewed her, Kamala Harris, on it. There's no need for me to pile on this woman at the end of the day. It really ain't. But I say that, but then again, man, fuck all that. Because, you know, at one point in time, I felt the same way about Joe Biden. I was like, man, there ain't no need for me to pile on. But they do it to themselves. They almost literally do it to themselves, bro. You know what I mean?
Every day. And a Mack
This woman just get out here and literally be saying anything, dog. It's honestly disgusting. Oh, shit.
Understand this. I've confirmed.
Now, they don't talked about a lot of this shit on what's on that laptop. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit I want to see. Everybody talking about Diddy and all that. Now, I want to see what's on that laptop. And if think about it, right? So if you got the ports, because I seen that earlier today, that there's like ports and shit on strikes and things like that. So if the workers are no longer whatchamacallit out there in China, they got it to where everything's robotic. So that's like hundreds of thousands of jobs that's gone now, because now they can just control it from fucking through remote. Look at this shit. That would be people working that shit. Driving those trucks and things like that. Anyway.
Not sit well with me. I think something's going on. So I decided to do some digging. So the first thing I find out is North Carolina has the richest deposits of lithium in the entire world. Yeah, lithium for like cars, batteries, all that. Then I find out they have the world's highest purity quartz deposits. And that quartz just so happens to be the world's supply for AI chips, microchips, and all kinds of stuff. We're talking a $530 billion industry. So this is where it gets interesting. So a company by the name of Piedmont Lithium is awaiting a state mining permit for a site in northern Gaston County. And Gaston County is completely flooded right now. The project was awaiting zoning approval because they were getting backlash from the residents and also city officials. And this lithium mine they want would be the third largest producer of lithium in the world. And they made a deal with Tesla already. Now remember the quartz? So in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, right next to Ashland, they are wanting to expand their mines even larger. And the residents aren't having it either. Enter the floods. People, these are mountain towns. It rarely, if not ever, floods in the mountains. I would know. I grew up in the mountains in Colorado, which means none of these people have flood insurance. I mean, the media is saying biblical devastation in North Carolina, AKA like the worst thing that could happen. And you're not coming back from it. Read between the lines, people. Everything happens for a reason.
So they done drown these people out of their whole fucking town. Yeah, pretty much.
I condemn this attack unequivocally. I'm clear-eyed. Iran is a destabilizing, dangerous force in the Middle East, and today's attack on Israel only further demonstrates that fact. Earlier today, I was in the Situation Room.
Yeah, whatever, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit from.
To do so would not to indict me, recognizing that no crime had been committed. The United States had never before prosecuted a publisher for publishing or obtaining government information. To do so would require a radical.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and I'm gonna look at that at some other time. Look at this dude, Myron Gaines. Clown. Straight clown. All right. Yeah, that's crazy. Who that? God damn.
Cloned athlete and mind control.
Prosthetics. Some of them are, I'd say, creatures. They're hybrid. That does exist, where their DNA is taken again for cloning facilities, like hair shaved, teeth pulled out, DNA taken, things like that. So let's say they break their hand quickly. There's something that can be used with machines. So med beds. We all know about med beds, right? So there's a definition of med beds going on backwards right now. If somebody hurts themselves, they can get well like that in sports because it's a DNA thing. They take their DNA, they use that for cloning facilities, they re-bring them back, and they're back to playing. Even though they may be a shitty player, they need their face. So let's say some of them have one leg. Some of them, you'll see them dribbling together. It'll look like somebody carried the basketball over to the hoop. Like, you know, those three corners that don't even look like they're corners. And you're like, how the hell did, and then all the men are like, yeah, like, but in reality, it's a green screen. Somebody takes that ball and moves it to the hoop and then checks the TV, and what's the ratings? Did we go up? Cool, let's do that again. There's somebody who remotes your commercials as you watch them. You know, those commercials that pop up on the regular TV, those three commercials. There's somebody who sits in the background and actually makes those commercials pop up on your TV screen. That's their job. I don't know what that's called, but that's their job. Your whole world is a stage. How I know that is because I've been up there with them. I had to sleep with one of the players. I didn't even sleep with one of them. I was assaulted by one of the players that had a prosthetic cheek. And when he took it off, like the I don't even know what was going on inside of his mouth. I could smell it. It was gross. Again, the research is endless. And I'm not, why? Who would want to sit here and make this show? How can you make this show? On the analogies that we're about to use. So I'm going to use the military as an example. When you go into the military, there's clearances that they get, right? Let's say the Navy. Who knows someone in the Navy that has an E4 clearance? E7 clearance. Okay. When you get to an E4 or an E7, by the time you are at an E4, you are completely broken down and you do have ulcers. By E7, your mind is not your own at all. By E7, your mind is a robot. Does that make sense? You are now, yes sir, no ma'am. You will stand in the cold even if that is abuse. I know at one point that the military does break people down to say like, I need you to be a soldier. You know, there's some people who go into the military and their family puts them into the military. Like, you need discipline. You need to learn new things. You need to be able to fend for yourself, right? But by E4 in the Navy, they have passed that point of dissociative identity disorder. And what that means, if you do not know what DID is, it means that they have broken their mind or split their mind in a way that they now can, how can I say this? So let's say that soldier that you know. So when they leave, sometimes they're a really goofy person, right? Sometimes out of control, and you think that that's what's going to help them in the military, right? When they come back, that goofy person that you know is angry, right? Have you ever seen that? Or that goofy person that you know, you can't give them the cracker smile for nothing. However, sometimes they'll act childlike if you bring something up to them, and maybe it'll just one day that they're like, oh, and you're like, oh my gosh, I thought that was gonna break your face to smile again, right? I didn't know you were still there, like I missed you. Have you ever had a situation with a kid who has been in foster care or through some type of trauma response? Sometimes they can be from 5 years old. Some people really don't like it to speak on the teenagers because I feel like the teenagers are harder to get to because they've been broken down so much. By that time, your mind is already on another level because of what age you're at. But when you're broken down with trauma, it's easier to get to you, right? So has anybody ever had this situation, even with your biological child, where your child may come home and is going through something and you can look at them and say, that's not my child? Anybody ever went through that? Yeah. You can look at them and say, I know for a fact that's not my kid. There's a look in their eyes that is vacant. There's a look in their eyes that's angry or almost evil. And you're like, I didn't raise that. I know I may have messed up because of what parent gets a memo book, right? But I didn't raise that. You know what I'm saying? And that saying comes out of your mouth. That's not my kid. Has anybody ever went through that? Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I don't know. Y'all might have to go check her out.
History, but have you heard of blackwashing? Blackwashing is when you're a politician and it's election season and suddenly you have to relate to Black people. So you just sort of start making stuff up to Blackify yourself, your history. You start dropping a bunch of slang and colloquialisms and hoping that the people will her and her campaign. It is why when he speaks about his Jamaican heritage, he speaks about them as having owned stores, right? So this is not your typical Black story that we're
And this is exactly what I heard. Holly Berry. I remember the first thing I thought, first I could tell it was Joe Jackson just by the voice. And he, like I said, he was sitting behind me. But the first thing I thought was, it's pronounced Hallie, not Holly. And then the next thing I thought was, what the actual F is happening right now? And I didn't know, I couldn't tell, obviously, because I don't know Joe Jackson. I'm like, does he think he's being witty? Is he trying to introduce himself to me? Like, is that the icebreaker? Is it is he bonding with me on some suspected Hollywood villain type shit? I didn't know. So what I opted to do in that moment was to turn around and kind of nervously and uncomfortably like acknowledge him and just be like, yeah, that's her name almost. And then I thought, okay, now that I acknowledged it, maybe we can get on with the enjoying the evening. And 2 minutes later, I swear, 2 minutes later, feel that heat on my back of my neck again. I smell that old man cologne, Fabergé or Old Spice or something in the exact same way. Halle Berry. So now I realize, okay, he's testing you. He's testing you. He's like, is Eric Benet a punk? Can I do this to him all night and he won't do nothing? And then I realize, okay, I gotta do something. I'm like, am I about to get into an altercation with the man who whooped little Michael Jackson's ass? Is that?
Americans, I'd like to hear an answer. Why are people illegal? Why are illegal immigrants more important than homeless people sleeping on the streets? Why do we, in one of the biggest economies here in California, take care of illegal immigrants, but our people are sleeping on the streets? Nobody can ever answer that question. Yep. Why don't people put American citizens first, but illegal immigrants get everything? And I hope you post this. I want this to go viral because I give a damn and I care about my community and I'm going to fight for it. And I am 100% voting for Donald Trump. The Democrat Party does not put our people first. Nope. They put sanctuary cities first. They put illegal aliens first. They tax us. They tax our water. You can't even do laundry and shower on the same day. Wow. Meanwhile, President Trump is signing United States-Mexico-Canada agreement and he's signing trade deals and he's cutting our taxes and he's securing the border and he's putting our veterans first. I am proud of President Trump, and I am voting for him because he's putting the American people first.
Now, you know, I can't say if dude is not. He does seem a little, he does seem like he plays on the other side of the team. You know what I'm saying? So this might be a fellow LGBTQ member right here that's supporting Donald Trump. And everything that he said in this particular video is absolutely 100% on the money. Absolutely on the money.
And they were ready to make a deal. They wanted to make.
It's happened to those in Georgia, Florida, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama.
Just a short drive away from a very huge island platform full of shipping containers, and you have to go right next to the Coast Guard. We all know what's been sealed and talked about. What are the odds that this man lives on this island just a short walk away from this entire platform of shipping containers? Come on, what do Diddy and shipping containers have in common? Did anybody else know this? This right here kind of blows my mind because if I was some star, the last place I'd go put my island is anywhere close to anything like that. So why in the world are these two so close to each other? And what do these and this have in common? And the fact that you have to go right past the U.S. Coast Guard, that's pretty crazy. But hey, Diddy's island that just got raided is a short boat ride away from a whole bunch of shipping containers.
Now look, just because this man lives close to the shipping containers, like I said, I My main thing with the Diddy shit is just come out with it then. Come out with it, man. Come out with it. Stop playing games and we got 100 people testifying and under this and under that. Just come on out with it. You know what I'm saying? Come on out with it. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing. Let's go. Let's get a. Let's crash out. That's my main thing when it comes down to the Diddy shit. Let's crash out then and let's get everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because I get tired of just niggas being the ones that's allegedly involved with all this weird shit and shit like that. Even though, Jeffrey Epstein, that list, they still refusing to list all the motherfuckers that's on there. P. Diddy is on that list. I just letting y'all know. Diddy was on that list. But Diddy's the only one going down right now. Nah, let's get everybody. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Toby in the building. You know what I'm saying? Let's crash out. If we gonna do it, let's crash out. Don't give me this. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't shit. Oh, okay, the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker at my job the other day actually kind of irritated me a little bit. He was a Spanish kid and shit like that. But he was like, "Yeah, man, that Diddy shit is crazy." Da 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 da. And I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, that baby oil." I'm like, "So what? Owning baby oil is illegal?" Owning baby oil is illegal. 1,000 bottles of baby oil is illegal. Well, he did get busted with the guns. Like, all right, well, it kind of depends on, kind of really depends. He's a celebrity, you know what I'm saying? Of course he would have guns, you know what I'm saying? To defend himself and his property and shit like that. So it's like, like, look, man, they just they got hold on, you said what? He said they got 30 people involved in Texas. What with the whole Diddy trafficking them and kind of shit, or because like I said, if Diddy is on some shit like where he drugging motherfuckers and shit, you know what I'm saying, against their will, and Diddy doing weird shit to them, or Diddy involved with actually sex, like human trafficking, you know what I'm saying? Not more like sex trafficking as far as like, because, him paying a prostitute or some shit like that and flying them over for whatever weird ass reason, that's considered some kind of diabolical crime, you know what I'm saying? Even though this nigga is just fucking at the end of the day, that's some kind of diabolical crime of Diddy flying dude out, getting him over to smash Cassie and shit. That's some kind of diabolical crime I didn't know of. You know what I'm saying? But accordingly, that's sex trafficking, and or Diddy flying some chick out and having sex with him. That's a sex crime. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a sex trafficking, right? So, I just need to see hardcore proof, man. I think the American people just need the hardcore proof. At least for some of us, it's like, yo, look, man, y'all just ain't gonna jump on Diddy. You got the world talking about Diddy all goddamn day. Let's get everybody that's in there. Get Hillary. Yeah, everybody know Hillary too. Let's not act like Diddy the most famous nigga in America. Right now, Diddy's the most famous nigga in America. Right now, at this day, Diddy's the most famous nigga in America. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get all these niggas. Get them all. Let's get them all. He said, yes, videos like Tom Hanks is one of them. I heard about some shit about some tapes being released, but I ain't seen nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting to see something. Look at this bitch.
Shit. Because that's exactly. I am so sick of this Black American versus Black immigrant bullshit. Because that's exactly what it is. Bullshit. At the
I can agree to a certain degree with that.
end of the day, we have the same struggles, we have the same issues, and racism is not going to stop and ask, are you from Jamaica? Are you from Haiti?
Now she probably feels some kind of way, and rightfully so, because she's probably not. See, here's the things that get misconstrued with this whole Black American, Black immigrant thing. The thing that niggas is really on is more of like, all right, look, if you a nigga that's in this country, you should already know, like, we all one of the same at the end of the day. The problem is there's a lot that don't look at it like that. They look at it as being their own entity. Like they're not even black. So this is not some shit that niggas just started. Niggas just was like, okay. And then a lot of the times these people be in positions of power. They're already in establishments over you already. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when it comes down to this is just a situation where niggas is just like, all right, look, if you riding with us, you riding with us. But if you're not riding with us, then you know, this is why. It's just, yeah, you're from this kind of background or whatever the case may be. Niggas got to really look into your paperwork real quick. Like, hold up, is this nigga actually a ancient American and shit? Why you talking about no reparations and shit, nigga? You know what I'm saying?
Are you from Barbados? No, they're not going to ask that. Racism is going to be racist. So stop it. Stop it. When the slave ships dropped people off, they dropped them off all over. We are all descendants of slaves.
All right.
I'm on TikTok this morning and I'm just video surfing and I keep seeing video after video after video of people trying to bring in supplies, water, generators, gasoline, stuff of that nature, and they are being turned away. Why are people that are trying to bring in heavy equipment to remove debris, dig people out, why are they being turned away? And I saw another post this morning of a gentleman that was using his private helicopter to fly in and drop off supplies and pick people up. And he was shut down. Somebody explain this to me. When did y'all become the absolute authority that you can stop people from helping each other? Explain it. And to you, any of y'all that you see this going down, you see people being turned away, you see this happening, you need to video this and you need to expose these people for what they really are, the monsters that they really are.
Oh, monsters they are if they doing shit like that. But I could have sworn that they did that shit too. I could have sworn they did that shit too when you with the Maui situation. Hold on, what?
The hamburger and it's stacked in two. So you want to see my hamburger?
Mhm.
It's in a box in my closet. This is the sack that it came in, and it was advertising a NASCAR race in 1996. So this dates the hamburger and it's stacked to 24 years old now. The French fries look like they maybe could have fallen under your seat a month or so ago. They've never rotted or decayed. The hamburger itself, the bread has never molded. The meat has never rotted. It's never even broken. It's completely intact. So, 24-year-old hamburger. Not sure what would happen if you ate it, though. So, you want to see my hamburger?
That's crazy. Leave McDonald's alone. Oh, this is a little chick that poked Clayton Clark in the eye, huh? This little broad is cute.
Hello. Who do you have with you? Mr. Three. Mr. Three. Why is he named Trustee?
You know.
Yeah, she be showing up to these little pre-games fly. I'll be like, yeah, she can. You know what I'm saying? She actually a pretty chick, and she oh shit. Oh, this is the first time they ever met on Sunday night. You know, it's going down. It's going down. Damn, that shit broke up road and shit. Like, god damn.
Transporting all the pets, all of our shit. This is basically what's stopping us from getting out of here. Maybe climb over the house.
Now, this is white folks right here. You know what I'm saying? Having to go through this kind of shit.
The world, this is not an exaggeration. I really don't think y'all understand how bad it is in the Southeast right now. We have towns that don't exist anymore. Chimney Rock is gone. The city of Asheville is cut off from the world. This is not an exaggeration. All the bridges leading into the city have been washed away. They have no food, no power, no water, no internet, no cell service. They don't even have radio. It's a complete like dead zone. Like, no one knows what's going on in there. I don't think I'm being dramatic when I say that this is a Hurricane Katrina level event. There was a woman in my town who called for an ambulance, and the ambulance got stranded. And they were stranded for like 24 hours. And to my knowledge, the patient didn't make it. People are dying. They're still dying. I've been running the generator for the last 3 days, and we're starting to run out of gas. And this is on Highway 123 heading from Aisley to Greenville. And this was a 1 mile long line to get gas because they were the only people we knew around that had gas left. I got all the way to the end, and they were out. They had no gas. We checked every gas station in Pickens and Aisley and Liberty, nothing. And I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of gas. I tell you that much. Try to steal some from my car maybe to keep my food cold, but even then, I don't know. This is the I-40 bridge, from Tennessee to North Carolina. It's gone. It don't exist no more either. We have people dying out here, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. Didn't I play this earlier? Yeah.
That does not sit well with me. I think.
Yeah, I already played this one earlier.
In signing the Emancipation Proclamation. And I don't think a lot of people know that. I don't think a lot of people were aware of that. I don't think a lot of people celebrated that. Because the assumption is that slavery is a thing of the past. It ended with the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation, with the Civil War, with a lot of hard work and lives. And the unfortunate truth is that there are more slaves in the world
did a blood test in America, and I did a blood test in Colombia, and I wasn't pregnant. Then I remembered I had sex on Valentine's Day. So I was like, I'm probably like 7 weeks, 6 weeks pregnant. And this was around the time that I'm like promoting. So I thought to myself, I got pregnant in January and I did a blood test. And I came out, I wasn't pregnant. And I did 2 pregnancy tests. I did a blood test in America, and I did a blood test in Colombia, and I wasn't pregnant. Then I remembered I had sex on Valentine's Day. So I was like, I'm probably like 7 weeks, 6 weeks pregnant. And this was around the time that I'm like promoting the fuck out of enough. So I'm like, damn, I'm pregnant. But I'm not really thinking much of it. So I'm not thinking much of it. Me and my baby dad, we were in very bad terms. I still called him and I was like, hey, I'm pregnant. And we kind of laughed about it because it's like, what the fuck? That shit is so random. We literally went to Colombia because he went with me while I got my surgery. And it's like, what the fuck? How the fuck? Whatever. So then, in March, I was in LA for like a month. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like 6 weeks pregnant, probably 7 weeks pregnant. I don't know. Cause I know for a fact I had in 2024, I know for a fact I only had in fucking Valentine's Day and before I got my surgery. So I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh no, Offset need to get him a DNA test. Oh no, that shit sounds crazy though. That sounds a little wild to me. I'll probably have to really look into it though. All right, let's come over. I'm gonna listen to that later though. All right, look at that right there. Elvis, 24. Chick he was married was 14 years old. So for those that all this Diddy shit, Elvis was out here creeping with a 14-year-old, and he a grown man. Now I ain't saying, like I said, my main thing is the Diddy shit is, man, just put it all out here then. Oh, okay. Ray J speaking on it. All right, let's get into it.
Ray J, I want to start with you. I mean, you heard that was a lawyer for one of the alleged victims here saying that she has seen the tape and the stills and it was a porn. Who do you think you could be, Ray J?
Well, I've been around long enough to know that, when there's smoke, you'll always find fire. And I think that, with the market in our world being so cornered and you have this crew of people at the top who make all the decisions, I think, it's like a house of cards. When one falls, the whole deck comes down. And so I think that we'll be seeing a lot of this. I think we'll be seeing a lot of celebrities. We'll be seeing a lot of people in power either step down or be exposed. And I think that's just where we are in this game.
Ray J, I want to start with you.
All right. All right, so I'm about to get ready to get up off of here. We'll go ahead and catch this debate. I don't know if I'm gonna go live though, but if anything, I'll probably do a video about it a little later, something like that, or I might just do a video about Myron Gaines, bitch ass, because yeah, he out of pocket. He all way out of pocket. Mike was standing on that business. All right. So yeah, let me go ahead and get up off of here though, man. But anyway, feel like it is TV. We gotta hear y'all.